Jimin, 27 years old, CEO. Taehyung, 26 years old, professor. Jungkook, 25 years old, doctor. They irritates her the most. Can't see her in tears. Wants to know what she is up to and where she is. Their intentions aren't wrong. It's just they want her to be safe. Kim Vine, 23 years old, just completed her studies. Naughty, stubborn, sensitive, annoying, loves her family so much. Princess of Harappa, always annoy her brothers and gets annoyed too. The kids stays with their parents. It's very happy family. All love each other endlessly. Kids always bicker with each other. It's Vminkook who always stays fine and annoy her. And she is also the same. She also don't left any chance to annoy them. It's almost dinner time. Mr. and Mrs. Kim are sitting in the living room with Jimin. All are watching news on TV. But peace in their house? Impossible. Cook. Oh ma! Appa! Screamed from upstairs. Mr. Kim, now what happened to them? Tired of daily drama. Mrs. Kim, let's see. Shied. All went upstairs to see the matter. In Vine's room, all three came here and see that Vine is pulling Cook's hair, whereas Tay is trying to separate both of them. Cook is also pulling her hair. Mr. Kim, what's happening here? Raised eyebrows. Vine, Appa, see, your elder sons are fighting with me. Whining. Tay, excuse me? You are the one who started this fight and now blaming us? He too pulled her hair. Vine, Appa! Fake crying. Mr. Kim went to his daughter. Mr. Kim, you both monkeys, leave my princess. She's your baby sister, guys. He pulled Vine in his embrace. Mr. Kim, honey, don't you dare to be partial with my babies. At least listen to their sides. She pat her both sons' hair softly. Jimin jumped on the bed. Yeah, now tell us everything. What did Shorty have done? Asked Taehyung, gazing at Vine. Vine glanced at him sharply, while picking from her Appa's embrace. Cook. Oh ma, you know she broke my guitar and now is telling me that she didn't done that. She is smoothly sliding away from the truth, complaining while glaring at Vine. Vine, Appa, you know that I didn't done that intentionally. And what about my tab? He also broke that last week. Show puppy and innocent eyes to her Appa and then glares at Cook. Jimin, what? Guitar and that too of Cook. Dramatically, Vine, you can't break it. You know how much expensive it was. And more than that, we loved it so much. And Cook loved it the most, adding spices on the bones of Cook. There. And you know what, Oma? He asked Oma with same puppy eyes as Vine. Oma, what baby? There. When I came here, I caught her gulping down my last bottle of strawberry milk. Blinked his eyes twice to his Oma. Cook. Yeah, Oma and Appa. She is a thief. She always steals our food, then blame others. Little piece of thief. He scoffed. Oma, what? Jimin. Yes, Oma, she is a thief. And you always taught us that stealing is a bad thing. Then punish her. Winks at Vine secretly. Taehyung smirked while looking at her. Then put on their cute, innocent faces. Oma, it's not a good thing, Vine. Strictly. They are your oppa. You need to respect them. Appa, baby, you are at mistake. You need to apologize to them. sweetly while patting her head. Wine, but Appa, I told you, I didn't done it intentionally. Don't you trust your own daughter? Innocent puppy eyes and sad tone. Oma, baby, Appa is right. You did mistake. Now apologize. You intentionally steal their things to annoy them, right? Wine? Oh ma, I didn't. She whined. And then what about my tab? Again looks back at her Appa. Jimin stood up from the bed and covered his Appa's eyes. Appa, don't fall in her trap. She is a witch. She will definitely take control over you by hypnotizing you. He is, as always, teamed up with Taehyung. Taehyung are smirking happily, gazing at her. Appa removed Jimin's hand. Shut up, Jim, and I want to finish the topic. Cook, you will get a new guitar. There, I will buy more 2 packs of bottles. And Princess, I will buy a new tab to you too. Placed a pack on her head with so much affection. Jimin, what about me? Am I not kid anymore? Sulking. Mr. Kim, yeah, say my prince, what do you want? Jimin, jams. Mr. Kim, we'll order now only. Mrs. Kim, good. I need to check your bank balance. With a tight smile. Mr. Kim, Jackie, there are kids. Nervous smile. Next day, all males are ready to head to their respective works, except for Tae, who is having holidays. Today, for all of the family members' surprise, wine is also on the table. Tae too on the time. Usually, she wakes up in the noon, and joining them on the breakfast table is one of the rarest things. She is using her phone while having her breakfast. She is smiling and giggling while her gaze is fixed on the phone screen. Her brothers are gazing at her time to time with suspicious look, wondering to whom she is chatting with. Appa, honey, today I will be late. I have some work in the company. He works with Jimin only. He took care of HR department. Oma, does that mean Jim will also come back late? Jimin, no, Oma, I will be back soon. Gazing at wine, Appa noticed them and cleared his throat to get her attention. But no, she isn't ready to pay any glance at him too. Cook snatched her phone. First complete your breaking, always on phone. Wine, what's your problem? I was chatting with someone. Annoyed. Mr. Kim, Princess, first tell me, why you woke up early in the morning? Any specific reason? Wine, actually, Appa, I'm going out with some of my friends. That's why. Then, his overprotective brother mode turned on immediately. Which friends? Cook, is there any guy too? Raised eyebrows. Jimin, where are you going? Strictly. Wine, I'm not going to answer, and I'm going. She snatched her phone from Cook's hand, tapped her Umma's cheeks, then her Appa's, and then ran out while making a call. Mrs. Kim, Wine, what's with this behavior? They are your brothers. Respect them. Wine from outside. Never. There, this girl never listens to anyone. Shaking his head. Jimin and Cook. True. Agreeing. Mr. Kim. No, it's not. My baby always answers me. Proudly. Mrs. Kim. Yes, you are the reason why she is like this today. Glaring at her husband. Mr. Kim. Nervous smile. What I have done, Jackie. Mrs. Kim. You have spoiled her to a level where she never listens to us. It's all because of your love. She do whatever she wants. Mr. Kim is still trying to save his daughter. She is just a kid. Cook. Yeah, a 23 years old kid. Sarcastically, time skip to night. Brothers are sitting in the living room. Cook is going through some patient's files. They have engrossed himself in playing some video games on TV, whereas Jimin is busy on his laptop. Vine is upstairs in her room. Don't know what is she doing. Mr. Kim isn't back yet. Mrs. Kim went out with some of her friends. After some minutes, she came back and Mrs. Kim, Vine, where are you? Vine, come downstairs now. She called her downstairs while foaming in anger. Her tone made her brothers alert on the seriousness of the situation. All brothers took a quick glance at each other, then at their Oma, who is still shouting for Vine. Oma, what happened? Mrs. Kim was about to reply him when Vine came there while running. Vine, yes, Oma, you called me? Mrs. Kim, with whom you were roaming around for the entire day? Strictly. Vine, with my friends. Casually answered Zara and Somi. Mrs. Kim, Vine, I'm not in mood of joke. Tell me the truth. With whom you were roaming around? She emphasized last words. Vine, yes, Oma, it's truth. Mrs. Kim, I'm last time telling you. I'm not here to waste my time. Tell me the truth. She shouted, being frustrated, angry, and annoyed. Vine, I told you the truth, Oma. She too raised her voice, being annoyed from the same question. And that's it. She received a very tight slap from her Oma. Her cheeks are red and having a mark of Oma's fingers. Vminkook, Oma, shocked. Mrs. Kim, to Vine. Don't you ever dare to raise your voice at me. She showed her hand to Vminkook, indicating to stop and not interfere. Vine, with teary eyes. I'm sorry. Her hand is on her cheek and is sobbing a little with head hung low. Mrs. Kim, what do you think of yourself? You will roam around with some guy and your family won't even get any idea about it? Glaring at Vine, feeling betrayed. There. What? No, Ma, it's not true. Intervened by Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim, I told you to not interrupt, didn't I? Shouting on there. She looks back at Vine. Mrs. Kim, and you, this is what you do when we provide you freedom? Going out without informing anyone and breaking our trust? In disbelief. This is what we taught you, right? Vine is shedding tears. Still her gaze is fixed on the ground. Her crying is hurting her brothers more. They do annoy her, but their love for her is unconditional. They can't bear it to see her in tears, and that too for something she have never done. Vine knows she isn't at mistake, but she is too scared to take any action. She is facing such situation for the first time. She doesn't want to talk back to her Oma too. Vine, I'm sorry if I made any mistake. She apologized and ran out of the house while crying hard and hiccuping. Cook didn't think much and followed her. Jimin, Oma, who told you this? It's not true. Worried for Vine, but didn't run back because Cook did. And he trusted on Cook for Vine's safety. Mrs. Kim, Mrs. Lee told me that there was a girl who was looking same like Vine and she was with a boy. Each other in a mall. There, and you believed her? Oh ma, that girl might be some other girl. She may look like Vine, but not her. Interrupted by Mrs. Kim. Mrs. Kim, how can you say it confidently? There, because I myself have followed her. She was with her friends only, and that too for the entire day. Let me tell you how Tay knows about it. As he is having holiday, so he was free. When she didn't answer them, then they all got worried and curious for her whereabouts. Trio, being protective brothers, can't sit quiet. They decided that they would follow her, and he did. From there, three of them are having idea about her day. It's not about trust. They do trust on her, but they don't trust on the other people roaming around them. There was also having some work, so after confirming her not being alone and with her friends, he completed his work in the mall, then head back to home before she arrived. Mrs. Kim, what? I hurted my baby? Without any mistake? Flat voice. Jimin didn't waste time and ran outside. They are panicking for her. She never ever walked out of the house after scoldings. Obviously, this one was too much. That's the actual reason behind her panicking too. Also, it's late night. Van came near Han River. It's nearby to their place. She is sitting on the bench and crying silently while mumbling something constantly. She is hugging her knees tightly. Her face is snuggled up in between her knees. Cook found her and informed women to come over here. He went and sat beside her. Cook. Hey, Appa's princess, don't you know that princesses don't cry? He sang a line. Then why are you crying? Vine, I'm not princess. I'm nothing. I'm just a betrayer. Sniffing. Women arrived there. They heard her this sentence. Her words clenched their hearts. Jimin, no, you are not. He took seat on another side of her. She looks up at him. There, you are a princess, not only of Appa's, but of ours too. A little princess. He wiped away her tears. He is bending in front of her to match her level. Vine, no, you are lying. Just to make me feel good. Hugging her knees and hid her face in them. And you should be happy that Oma scolded me. Even slapped me too. Little voice. Cook forcefully made her sit properly after breaking her hug with her knees. Jimin wiped her tears softly, which are streaming like river. Cook. Yes, we should be, but we aren't. So, stop crying like a kid. Why aren't you happy? And why you three are behaving like some kind of caring, lovely elder brothers? I know, you guys are pretending to be good. You guys aren't good. She wiped her runny nose. Jimin moved more closer to her and wrapped his hand around her shoulders. He took her in his embrace gently. Jimin, first calm down, kid. You will choke on your own tears. Patting her head. She calmed down a little, but her sniffing isn't ready to stop. Ryan, Oppa, trust me. I wasn't with any guy. Flat voice and finally wrapped her hands around him. Vminkook are having idea that she is deeply hurt this time. Otherwise, she won't call them Oppa. Usually, she calls them as monkey, duck, dog, hippo, and some many more names. But she only calls them Oppa when she is too much sad. Eh? We know everything. We know that you were with your friends all the time. Kissing her hair. When? Yes, you are right. She nodded while looking up at Tay. After some time, she realized something and looks up at Tay, who is now standing in front of her. When? But how you know that? I didn't told you. Still sobbing. Cook. Ash, stop crying, okay? You desperately want to be the reason behind the flood in Han River? He pecked her eyes. Jimin, see, don't be angry. He is rubbing on her shoulders by his thumb. But he followed you. And that's it. She forgot what had happened instantly. Just before some minutes, she is ready to throw hands on Tae. Tae, stepping backwards. Sorry, please. I was just worried about your whereabouts. You sleepyhead going out in the early morning is something unexpected. That's why. Holding his ears. Ryan, worried or curious, glaring at him with red eyes. They really are her mood changer. See how easily they managed the situation. They smiled nervously after getting caught. Jimin, okay, now let it be. Let's go back home. It's pretty late and cold outside. Ryan, but I'm scared. What if Oma would scold me again? Looking down at her lap. Mr. Kim, no one will not scold my princess, he said while coming there with Mrs. Kim. She gulped hard after seeing Mrs. Kim. She grabbed Cook's and Jimin's hand tightly. All of them noticed it. When, Appa, I didn't done anything. Please, don't get angry on me. Looking at Mr. Kim with scared eyes. When Mr. Kim arrived at their home, found Mrs. Kim crying hard. She explained everything to him. Then Mr. Kim traced Cook's location and both came here. Mr. Kim, why would I be angry on my doll? He came and sat on his knees. When, looking down, because Oma is angry on me, and now you also will. Mr. Kim, no, I won't, and your Oma is also not angry on you now. Pat her forehead. Cook, Jimin stood up and stood next to Tae. Mrs. Kim sat on Jimin's place. Ryan, really? In little voice, looking up at her appa with her red, too innocent eyes, looking too cute to resist. All smiled on her cuteness. Mrs. Kim, yes, my baby, oh my sorry, holding her ears. Ryan, but you were angry at me and you trusted someone over me. Almost whispered, but everyone heard her. Mrs. Kim hugged her tightly. I'm very sorry, Papa. Oma was very furious that how someone can say bad about my baby and my family. Please forgive Oma. Hugging Ryan more tightly. Ryan, I'm also sorry for raising my voice and not informing you. Okay, let's complete this sorry session already. Cook. So now as everything is shot out, let's go home. The mouse of my stomach already died and now dogs are wrestling in, rubbing his stomach. Jimin, dogs? Cook. Mouse were eaten by cats and cats were eaten by dogs. So now it's third stage. Ryan, who made this bunny-faced, hungry human being doctor, judging him hard. Cook. You little kangaroo? He ran to her and started tickling her. Other two joined him. Ryan, donkeys, leave me. Appa, save me. Say them something. Laughing hard. Mrs. Kim and Mr. Kim, kids, let's go home first. We are outside right now, so behave yourself. Then they all head back to home. They came back home. All entered in the dining room. Mrs. Kim had already prepared food before going out, so she just heat it up and came there with the food. Jimin, Appa, your princess is very dumb. Laughing hard. Cook, no doubt. Laughing too. You know what, Appa? She was crying like there is no tomorrow. Here, brothers are teasing her fully, whereas she is snuggling in her Appa's embrace more and more. She is sulking hard. When Appa scolded him, they are very bad. Teary eyes and looking up at her Appa. They noticed her glossy eyes and stopped laughing. He signals other two to not laugh. Mrs. Kim, now enough kids, have your food before it gets cold. Serving them. After serving, she sat on her seat between Mr. Kim and Jimin. Vine is sitting between Cook and Mr. Kim. While eating, Cook, "Hey monkey, pass me that ball." To Vine. "Vine, help yourself, Mr. Hippo. Give a tight smile." Cook, "You?" He held her hand by which she was eating. He noticed something. Her body temperature isn't normal. It's increased. He didn't say anything and remained silent. Vine, "Yeah, take and let me eat peacefully." Annoyingly passing him the ball. "Mr. Kim, by the way, kids, I'm going to city tomorrow with your Oma." They, "Suddenly, Appa? Any emergency?" Jimin, "No, there, he has told us before too. Let me remind you, he has to attend a business party with Oma." They, "Oh," made O face. "Yeah, I remember now. Okay, I'm at home tomorrow. I don't have any plans." Cook, "Actually, I'm also free, so I will be also at home." Vine, "Appa, can I come with you too? Please, don't say no." Puppy eyes. Mrs. Kim, "Why? You don't like to go out and don't you hate business parties?" Frown. Vine, "But I want to come this time." She whined. Mr. Kim, "Papa, you can't. You will be bored. And why you want to come? Any particular reason?" Vine, "Appa, these two," pointing at Taehyung. "They will annoy me for the entire day." Pouting. Jimin, "Not only two. I will also." Teasing smirk. He said while gazing his phone screen. Mr. Kim, "But Jim, you have one meeting tomorrow." Jimin, "Yes, Dad, it was. I just received message from my PA that due to some reasons they won't be able to come, so it's cancelled. I don't have much work tomorrow. I will handle it from home only." Mr. Kim, "That's great. Now I can go without any worry." Munching on his food. Mrs. Kim, "Worry off?" Raised eyebrows. Mr. Kim, "They all will be at home, so nothing will happen to any of them." Mrs. Kim, mumbled, "They are danger for each other." But no one heard her. Cook, "Yes, yes," nodding with a smirk. "Nothing will happen to anyone." Glancing at Vine with the same devil smirk on his face like Jimin. Vine, "No! Take me with you guys, please!" Fake crying. Jimin, "Vine, baby, don't be stubborn." Teasing tone. Mr. Kim, "They won't do anything to Vine. And I'm daring you three to hurt or annoy my princess. You will definitely get some good scoldings from me." To Vminkook. "Vminkook, we want Appa." Fake innocent face. Mr. Kim, "Okay, now all of you go and sleep. We will go early in the morning, so no need to wake up. We will return on tomorrow evening itself." In midnight, Cook came in her room just to check on her, but he found Jimin standing there, smiling while adoring her. He too glanced at her and smiled a little. Cook, "Adorable, right?" White bunny smile. Jimin, "Yeah, I smile. But what are you doing here?" Frowning. Cook, "Came to check Missy." She is sleeping in an uncomfortable position, holding a book in a hand and by another one she is hugging a plushie. Cook, "What about you?" Jimin, "Door was open. My eyes fell on her, so came inside." "But what about you?" Do you come here often to check on her? Cook. No, Yoongi. Her temperature was little higher than usual, so came to check her temperature. Jimin. Yeah, this girl cried so much today. That can be the reason behind her temperature increasing. Took the book from her hand softly. Cook laid her on the bed properly. Cook. Yes, first her immunity is weak. And today, ask this girl. I don't want Oma and Appa to get tensed over her and cancel their trip. Jimin, let's check her first. If it's not much, then we won't inform them. Cook checked her temperature and it is still little high, but not that much. Jimin, concerned. Is she okay? Cook. Yes, maybe till morning she would recover. Jimin. He tucked her into it properly. They both pat her forehead softly. Left early from there, not wanting to disturb her sleep, and went to their rooms. On the next day morning, they is sitting in the living room. Cook and Jimin are preparing breakfast. Their parents already left before they wakes up. Siblings also woke up little late today, as they aren't having any work to do. She came there looking all sleepy and weak. She laid on one of the couch. Hey duck, wake up! How much will you sleep? Vine didn't reply. Look up at Tae with sleepy eyes. Tae went to her. Hey kid, you okay? He sat near her head. She usually is very energetic after waking up, but today something is off. She never behave lazy in the early morning. She grabbed a pillow and placed it on his lap, then rested her head on the pillow and hugged his waist. He is stroking her hair softly. He is being concerned after figuring out about her not so good health. Cook and Jimin entered in the living room with 4 cups of coffee and a plate full of bread butter jam. Jimin, oh God, am I still sleeping? Cook, why? Jimin, seems like I'm in a dream. Gazing at wine and Tae. Cook, Yoongi, I told you last night, so maybe signaling at wine to Jimin. Tae, what maybe? Cook, Yoongi nothing, just trying to tell him afterwards. Cook, Wine, wake up and have breaky. Wine, I'm not in mood to have anything, hugging them more tightly. Jimin, no, then you have to take about to say injection or medicine, but Cook cut him off in between. Cook, no tantrums in the early morning. Come up, past princess. Forcefully made her sit on the couch and passed her a mug of coffee. While doing so, he checked her temperature and it's higher than the previous night. She is already looking weak. They somehow filled her little tummy by feeding her. Jimin messaged there and informed about her having fever. Actually, she is scared of injection and hates medicine so much. That's the reason why they are hiding it from her. Ryan, I'm going to my room. I want to sleep more. Weakly, Cook. No, sit with us, here only. Signaling Jimin to stop her. Jimin, Ryan, I want to show you something. Made her sit on the couch and started doing something in his phone. Cook came with injection, medicine and thermometer. Jimin, see this monkey? It's just looking like you. Showing a video. Ryan, not now. Please. Stopped when Cook put a thermometer in her mouth. She looks at him, being confused. Cook strictly. See kid, I'm not in mood to scold you in the morning, so let me just do my work by myself. She didn't say anything, just looks at him with 2 eyes. She isn't in mood to argue. Moreover, She isn't having that energy in her. She rests her head on Jimin's shoulder. Fever is soaking away her energy. After some time, Cook checked her temperature and it's 103.2. All shied except her. She always throws thousands of tantrums and becomes extra sensitive when she fell sick. She always needs extra care and attention. Cook took out an injection slightly. Her eyes fell on it. When? No, no, but please, not this thing. Teary eyes while looking at injection. There, Wine, not any tantrums, and take it quietly, and dare to cry. It's all because of your yesterday's crying. Strictly scolding her. But as I told you all, she gets more emotional and sensitive when she fell sick. She sobbed a little after hearing his fish tone. Wine, but it will hurt. Sobbing. Cook. No, I promise, it won't. I will be gentle. He took her hand and rolled up her sleeves a little, but before he cleaned the area by disinfectant, she ran away from him to opposite side. Jimin, Ryan, what are you doing? Come here and take it, baby. Softly. Ryan, no, I won't. It will gonna hurt me the most. It's easy for you to say, but hard for me to bear. Wiping her tears and complain like a kid. There, no, it's only for your well-being and it's just a small poke. It will not hurt. Come, take it, sweetly. Ryan, no, no means no. Stubbornly. Both elders are using this soft tone because they know her condition and they doesn't want to make her condition more worse. They and Jimin looked at each other and nodded. They both went on the different directions and tried to catch her, but she jumped upon the couch. She is still weak, but her weakness won't stop her from running away from the dangerous injection. She is running in the entire living room. Women are chasing her. She is throwing pillows on them. They are dodging it, still trying their best to catch her. Cook was humming in anger. He hates it the most when his family members behave carelessly and don't give much attention to their health. While this behavior is like adding oil in his anger like fire. Cook, enough is enough. Shout, come here now, pointing in front of him. She flinched hard after hearing his shout, but still doesn't want to obey him. She is standing at her place like a statue. She shook her head as no. Tears started threatening her to fall down from her eyes. Cook, wine, don't make me furious, and to force me to do something unexpected. Coldly, but still, she looks down, crying silently. Cook went to her and held her wrist, not much tightly though, dragged her to the couch and made her sit on it. Women figured out that Cook is furious till now. They also know that Ryan will definitely cry more hardly after getting scolded from Cook. But they can't help. Ryan's health is more important now. It's good for her to take injection. They sat beside her and took her in his embrace softly. As soon as she felt someone hugging her, she turned and snuggled in his chest to grab the alcohol pad, and she flinched hard. He looks up at her, but thought to ignore, and immediately injected her. Ryan, no, it's hurting. She wiggled more intense hold. They hold her more tightly. After injection, she is crying like a little kid. Cook, don't cry now. This all because of your crying. You want me to inject you again? Smiling because she is looking too cute. She hits on his stomach. He sat on the couch on another side. rubbed the injected area softly. She wiggled in his arms but stopped after some time, as he isn't ready to leave her. Ryan hitting on his chest weakly. "You're a devil. You made me cry this much. You give me pain. I hate you. I will complain to Appa." All smiled on it. Cook. "Okay, you can, but for now, have it." He showed her some medicines. "Jimin, and if you take it without any tantrum, then I will take you for shopping." "Ryan, really?" "Jimin, yes, now take this." She grabbed the medicine and drank it in seconds. "There, such a drama queen you are." "Ryan, with your face. I'm princess, so you can call me drama princess." After that, she slept. She threw millions of tantrums for the half day, and her brothers had to bear her. In the evening, their parents came back home. Vminkook told everything about her health. "Mr. Kim, but Cook, why you didn't told us yesterday when you got to know about it?" Cook, low voice. "If I would have informed you, then you might have cancelled the trip. And if you would go, then too, you would be worried for the entire day. That's why I had to hide it from you both." Mrs. Kim, my big and mature baby. She patted his son's cheek and then forehead. Mr. Kim came upstairs to her room. She just woke up. "Ryan, Appa, I missed you," opening her hands wide for a hug, which he gladly accepted. Mr. Kim, Appa missed his princess more. They both are sitting on the bed when Mrs. Kim entered in with Cook. "Mrs. Kim, no one missed me. Only my bunny baby did. And loves me too." Pouting. Mr. Kim, "Ash." This old lady shook his head. "Ryan, Oma, Appa, you know this bunny gave me a big injection and made me cry. And they all three talk rudely too, complaining like a kid." Mrs. Kim, "I go, my baby, and you bunny-faced human may cry my baby?" Twisted his ear softly. Cook, "Oh ma, it was important." Jimin, "Yeah, you should scold her instead of him." Came with Tae. "Tae, my baby bunny, hugging Cook. Cook, no one loves me more than my Hyungi." Fake crying. Mr. Kim, "Okay, okay, now stop your drama, you rabbit." Wine, "That's like my appa." High five with Dad. Mrs. Kim, "Okay, now I'm going to make dinner." Generation gap is really a big thing. The reason why today many parents and kids argue with each other. But still, we can try to understand them. And sometimes they would do the same.